Water. Earth. Fire.
Shit, wrong video. My bad. So the first instance I feel we really get a large-scale first-style jutsu in Naruto that supports that fire chakra nature is trash is, surprisingly enough, Jiraiya. Now, I'll put this one first also because I low-key call cap on it. So Jiraiya hit Orochimaru's snake with a flame style practically the same size as him, combined with Gamabunta, and truthfully, in my mind, that should have been it, and Manga should have been well done, if not at least medium well. But this nigga simply shed his skin? First of all, nasty, but how the fuck is skin blocking that? We have all these instances of fire styles being blocked different ways through earth style and water style, and Naruto just shedding a piece of his chakra cloak, which makes way more sense than snake skin, by the way. And that was against one of the most supposed strongest flame jutsus ever, Amaterasu. I also think its racist Killer B was one of the people to lose to that, side note, on God, but that's a different video. At least the Raikage knew it had to be done at the summit, because we weren't losing twice. Anyway, fire style was even used less and less through the show, while every other release got used more with the showing of Magna release, even through Boruto, and the increase of lightning release jutsus also goes into the notion that fire release is kind of trash. Don't get me wrong though, most of the jutsu fire releases have gorgeous looks on screen and in manga panels, but the amount of times it was sort of batted away is hilarious. Other than Madara, who is hands down the best fire release user, I don't think anyone's gonna tell me differently, who made it look crazy with the amount of power he had with fire release jutsus. There wasn't anything crazy other than that if it wasn't Madara. But even Madara relied way more on just pure taijutsu and pure visual prowess, and you could argue that's because of how much chakra it expends, and that it even causes damage to the user with prolonged use, of course. Even so, Madara could have spammed it in Edo Tensei phase because his chakra and body regenerate, but I argue he didn't because he knew it wouldn't be effective. Also, after watching the Shinobi Alliance block his jutsu, but the fact it took all of them to do so is just a massive boost to Madara's Black Air Force energy to me. But I know. More examples of where fire style is ass is needed, but really I think the lack of use is a stronger point, because only time we see it after Jiraiya is when Naruto Nine Tails phase just screams Sasuke's fireball out of existence, and a fair argument of course is duh, it was the Nine Tails, but in all honesty I don't know a single time where Sasuke's fire style was effective other than flame control. And that would be a fair argument if it didn't destroy Sasuke's eye in the process, you know. Having to manifest Amaterasu first and then flame control is just draining his chakra faster than my gas tank through the inner city. It's just not the best in most situations, really. Just not optimal, I guess is the correct way. The Uchiha were definitely the dedicated fire users, as stated by Itachi and Sasuke's dad, that every Uchiha learns it and isn't considered a full-fledged Uchiha. So they mashed their fire style essentially, so it wouldn't be a stretch to say it's probably one of the easier chakra natures since they build it up instead, the most part, but I think that also diminishes it overall effectiveness because it's not like the other natures where you can use the natural elements around to help out, since there's never really fire laying around, for example, unless you've already used fire style. Sasuke's Kirin just builds off of nature and releases the charged energy in the sky concentrated by Sasuke, which is why he can use it at the tail end of his battle with Itachi, because it doesn't use as much of his own chakra. Actually, I don't think it uses any, which fire style actually helped as a catalyst to raise the ambient air temperature for Kirin. So fire release may be the worst for head-to-head combat, but utilizing its use for other chakra natures is probably the best use for it. More of a catalyst, but the Naruto verse doesn't talk about that as much, and just of course makes the connection between wind and lightning being of course a reference to Naruto and Sasuke. Hanzo had Nagato dead to rights with explosive tags, which you could count as fire style pretty much before the whole pain situation, but since fire style doesn't just work in Naruto, Nagato just can't move his legs, which is kind of why he is the way he is when Naruto sees him. Blast Wave Wild Dance by Obito is probably the coldest fire style technique, and I don't mean that literally cold. That shit probably would have hurt like a bit if Naruto didn't deflect it as the theme of this video, but damn did it look cool. It was the coldest jutsu from fire style that I've seen. You know, Madara's stuff looks pretty cool, but it's mostly just more power. If I'm missing any moments where fire style actually took someone out, please make sure to let me know in the comments. I know someone has one that I'm missing. I didn't really go through Shippuden as much, but in the main first part of Naruto, him going learning all his stuff, he doesn't really go up against too many fire jutsus that are anything crazy. And even later on in Shippuden, it just sort of is used to boost other things. So that's kind of why I can say that fire release is trash. Everyone else uses other ones, and fire release is just sort of dumpstered. Anyway, if you have any other moments from fire release being trash, or if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I've been Nimbus. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.